He's got no space, so you know he's pulling that.
What's up guys, we are back with another video. In today's video we will be making an up-to-10 tier list after the new players for the month. And we already have confirmed players for the end of November and December, so stay tuned for a video. But we're almost to 500 sub up, and enjoy the video.
These are the D tier characters, nobody uses them anymore. Now let's start with the new characters first. Prime Russ. Some of you might seen his moves from my talent previews, and you know that I have been emphasizing Prime Russ is not a primary scorer. I am not the only one thinking that. Taiwan top-ranked players like Blas and Bearbro share the same thought. His drives were slightly buffed, which is now easier to create space, but what they did to his offensive bag is now, he has a sidestep pull-up and quick driving dunks, but both his mid-range and three-point shots are inefficient. Wade as a slashing scorer is way better than Westbrook. His role will be something similar to Klay Thompson. He is a defensive secondary scorer. His speed is quick, and is enough to contest scorers like Ska. His scoring is more than enough when he is not guarded by defenders, and his rebounding separates him from other guards. As a guard, his rebounding stat goes above somewhere 120 if I remember correctly. It's not enough to compete against centers, but it's enough for scorers and defenders. Next is Dennis Rodman. I see people been hyping out, thinking that he is the best center, but in fact he is only the best center in rebounding. He is bad in both defense and offense. In defense he only has a 240 when he is facing up against centers and power forwards. Against dunks and layups from guards and small forwards, he only has 180 block without extra block angle. His help defense is mid as well, no double speed boosts or dashes. All of these makes his defense the second worst in superstar centers. It's only better than Jokic. Offensively, he can shoot mid-range, but inconsistent. His quick dunk is easy to block, and it can only be used after pump fakes or open. Rodman is more used in solo ranks, cause your random teammate throws up contested shots. Next is CJ McCollum. People compare him to Jordan Clarkson, but CJ McCollum is a bit better than him. Both cannot score from double teams, but CJ McCollum plays baseline ISO. It's impossible to double team in a baseline ISO, and he is a backup elite scorer. Next is Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler is a two-way player. Defensively, he is the best counter to Murray and Dirk, while decently limiting SGA and Wade. With 360 block and steals and increased movement speed during ultimate and a dashing talent equipped. His help defense is also top-notch, but since he cannot space, people don't use him as a pure defender. He can be paired up with Curry or Luka Doncic, while Curry running off-ball screens. Butler can play ISO ball, and if Luka cannot find open with screens, Butler can help out. Now let's start the old ones with Pau Gasol. He is still one of the best centers in global. Defensively he has double speed boosts and 360. Offensive he is a good spacer, and he is very deadly paired with Luka Doncic, pick and roll. Next is Hakeem Olajuwon. Hakeem is an all-rounder. He is very good in solo carry. Defensively he has a double speed boost, 360 blocks and a snatch block ultimate. And he is the best offensive center in global. However, he does not have any preferred lineups. For example, Gasol is good with Luka, and Curry is good with Ray Allen. Hakeem has none of those buffs from lineups. That's why he is only good in solos. Next is Kawhi Leonard. He is still S tier. He is still the best counter to Ska. And with more heavy dribblers being released in the future, his value will keep on rising. Then it's Zach LaVine. Everyone knows he is easy to handle, but he is pretty good against Rodman, cause Rodman cannot do anything in rim protections. Next is Andrew Wiggins. He passes out the ball mid-dunks, and his ultimate. People have to guess which dunk he is going for, and after scoring for points, he have a 240 blocks. He is a decent defender, but not the best ones. Bam Adebayo is still a good starter center for newbies. His mobility helps new players counter spacing lineups before unlocking AD, but he doesn't really compete well against superstars. Devin Booker should be B tier. I misplaced him. His open three-point accuracy is high, but his skill set doesn't help him separate space, and his ultimate is easy to block. Next is LeBron James. His one-on-one defense is still dominant, but is a huge offensive liability, and his help defense is not as good as Coe or Butler. Clint Capella is basically a paint sitter. His rim protection and rebounding is solid, but his help defense and offense is very weak. He cannot survive any spacing lineups, that's why Meta. Chris Paul is only used in dunking lineups, with Zion or Giannis. Other than that he has no other uses, and dunking lineups are never a popular lineup. Zion Williamson shares the same case with Chris Paul. Steph Curry is still one of the best scorers in the game, but people now doesn't use him a lot since his off-ball movement is countered by main scorers, which have their own defensive ability. And now Butler is added. His dash also counters Curry, but he is still one of the best scorers and has the longevity. For DeMar DeRozan, he is still mid. People could catch up with him, as long as they have speed boosts. Next is Fuzi. He still is a solid defender for starters, but in high ranks people rarely uses him. His defensive threat is not enough. Next is Giannis. Giannis is basically a better Zion. He is much faster for help defense and rim protection, but his 360 block and offensive threat is only available with his ultimate on. Without his ultimate he is pretty bad. People used him only for the 4 or 6 points with his ultimate. Jamal Murray. His double dash after screens finally has a direct counter. With Butler being added, Murray has to be careful and skillful, but he is still a trouble if they picked away Butler and chose Murray. Nikola Jokic is just one of the worst superstars. Offensively, yeah, his three-point accuracy is high. Other than that, he is not good at anything. Slow speed and bad rim protection means you are not surviving in the current meta. And unlike Rodman, who is still fine in solos, Jokic in solos is even worse than him in trios. Jordan Clarkson. He shares the same case with DeRozan. It can be easily contested as long as you have your speed boost. Julio. Another good center, defender for starters, before they unlock other superstars. His ultimate dash helps a lot to counter spacing lineups, but it costs too much for a dash. Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant got too many better alternatives. Scud Wade Dirk are better than him. His moves are too simple to contest. His only value is his ultimate. Not to mention his defense is below average. Klay Thompson. People only used him to guard Murray. Now that Butler is added, Klay Thompson lost his only value. Luka Doncic. Luka will always be good as long as Gasol is used. Their pick and roll lineup is deadly, and with limited characters it's hard to stop them. Paul George. Paul George as a defender has great offensive moves. While having the ability to score one-on-one, his spacing is also excellent. He has a guaranteed to point every game. However, he takes skills to play defense, since he is not fast as a defender and has no blocking range or angle. SGA. Undoubtedly Shaw is still the best scorer. Flexible drives and consistent accuracy. He also has great defensive ability. Next, Anthony Davis. His help defensive value will be irreplaceable, and he will still be the best counter to spacing lineups, and his tier will not drop until Global stops using spacing lineup, which is unlikely to happen. Next is Joel Embiid. Embiid is the only spacing center who has a deep offensive bag, but he is not as good as AD Gasol and Hakeem. He takes half of the game to fully stack his passives. Without passive he is very mid. Dirk Nowitzki. He is like KD, his scoring efficiency isn't top tier, and his defense is very bad. But reason he is in a tier but KD isn't, that's because his accuracy is slightly better. Jason Tatum. He is definitely the most rounded defender. His double modes allows him to guard a lot of scorers decently. Not to mention he can also be played as a spacing center, and he can do counter picks. These kinds of players will last in the meta for a long time. Next is JJJ. He has insane blocking range and is the perfect counter to Dwayne. Next is Brandon Ingram. Slow drives and bad defense with inconsistent three-point accuracy, and his three-point ultimate costs too much. Then it's Dwayne. Without a doubt he is the best scorer in spacing lineups, but with a paint sitter he struggles to score. Then it's Jason Kidd. His speed is quick, but against spacing lineups, Jason Kidd cannot show is his 6 defensive value. And with more better scorers released, Jason Kidd's tier will constantly drop. I missed Lopez and Porzingis here. Lopez is a tier. His three-point mechanics made him the best big man spacer in the game, but his defense and rebounding is the reason why his tier will also drop in future patches. Porzingis is B tier. He is basically a weaker Lopez. Less consistent 3 South and both sucks at defense and rebounding. This is what it would look like in order. Players in their own color groups are interchangeable. Lopez lies in purple A tier. Porzingis lies in orange B tier.
So that's going to be a wrap to the video. If you have any thoughts or comments, let me know down below and what other videos y'all want to see. But y'all take care, man. Peace.
I believe I